off the cuff. I got this idea about making this video at work today, talking to a colleague, and we were talking about our past and our past relationship history. And what I was talking about was basically about, we first were talking about cold approaching women on the street, like, you know, going to introduce yourself, chat up with ladies you don't know, flirting with people. But what's that? Nah, hold it, yeah. I can look after it for you, no problem. All right, go ahead, G. Put it here. No problem. I'll be here. One of the youngsters from the park wanted me to look after a ball for him. All right. Anyway, my train of thought. Yeah. So we were talking about approaching women, and he was saying that, you know, the rejection, they say no or whatever. And I said to him, look, if they say no, that's cool. It's not always about you. Sometimes they might have boyfriends, they might not want to talk to you, they might, you know, be having a bad day, they might have lost their job, you know, they might have lots of guys approaching them every day, whatever it may be. And I said to him, that was the reason, and the most important thing is, in the end, is actually always going to be good for you. Like, you learn something, you become thicker skinned, you don't take things. I beg you, though, just for 1 second, I'm filming something. You're not kicking on there, I'm filming something, just for 1 second, thank you. Yeah, you learn to become a bit thicker skinned, you get a bit more practice, you learn to not take the no personally. And basically, that it reminded me about this whole narc thing. The narc abuse that we go through as a chosen person. I was in a situation where I was in a happy relationship, but it wasn't happy, but it was a normal relationship with like a new, you know, neurotypical girl, normal girl. She might have even been an empath like myself, and we were having a good relationship. It lasted for about 3.5 years, and we moved into a flat together and everything was fine, and she started having some issues, and I kind of went off the rails a bit. I started sort of getting into some bad habits, going out a lot with friends and staying out, and things sort of went a bit funny, and I met a demonically possessed woman, and I ended up going with that person. And I was saying to this friend, I think she was either bipolar or narcissistic, and I said to my friend, look, he was like, do you feel bad or do you miss it? Could you maybe go back to that person? I was like, I don't want to go back. I don't really want to go back into my past. I want to always be moving forward. But at the same time, if I had not had left that lady and gone for the evil woman, the demonically possessed woman, I wouldn't have learned as much as I've learned now. Like, obviously, cold approaching, you learn maybe to have better openers, you have better conversations, you learn to, like, not talk about politics or feminism or whatever it may be when you approach someone you don't know, a lady, for the first time. And yeah, I was just saying how I became a better version by dating these evil women. I know it sounds really strange, but we have to show a bit of gratitude in the sense that now that we dated these narcissists, we've learned about narcissism, we've improved ourselves, so we've become a better version of ourselves, but we also can be aware of this pathology. Like, I didn't even know narcissism existed. If you had asked me this like 7 years ago about what's narcissism, even not just for partners and people we're dating, but in terms of like workplace, like in colleagues or friends, friend groups and family members. So knowing that people are they have no empathy, people that are very egoic, people that are always working behind the scenes, ruining our reputations, like gaslighting us, breadcrumbing us, stonewalling us, like no response, giving us, you know, silent treatment, all this vocabulary that we know about, all these techniques. I can just see it and straight away, oh no, okay, that's a toxic person. That's a person that I don't want to deal with. That's a person that I don't want to be around. That's a work colleague that, you know, is working for the D. So we just even know about this. And also we kind of, I was saying to him how I came back to God more. Like I came back to reading my Bible more. I came back to understanding that evil exists in this world. I know we always have to use psychology to normalize things and to describe things or whatever, but really and truly it's a battle between light and dark. It's a battle between good and evil, and with us being on the good side, yeah. But we're not perfect. Like I haven't posted a video for some weeks now, and in those weeks I've been dealing with a lot of demonic attacks, and that's also a sign that you're a chosen person, because we're not perfect and we sometimes fall into some bad behaviors, some BS, some belief systems and old patterns. And I did that. If you're talking about fornication, if you're talking about pornography, if you're talking about alcoholism, if you're talking about illicit substances, if you're talking about straying from the path, I did all those things. I have those demons following me on a day-to-day basis, and every day I need to be conscious to do the right thing and stay away from things that I know is taking me further away from God, taking me further away from my purpose, taking me further away from me, taking me further away from being able to help people, to able to spread my message and show my testimony by the life that I'm living now. Because being awakened, your life is better, even if it's harder, and you now understand the energy, people trying to steal your energy constantly, people wanting your attention, people wanting to attack us, people that are gang stalking us, family members backstabbing us, two-faced people, fake colleagues talking behind your back. You know, we now know why they're doing these things, and we don't always take it as harsh to heart, as personal. Yeah, so that's something that's important. So I gotta say that. So we have to be thankful for the abuse for those things. So I wanted to just make that video because he gave me that response. Would I want to have gone back with that girl? Do I miss her? Do I prefer her? And yes, even though, yeah. But if I was still in that relationship and I'd worked things out with her, I wouldn't know what I know today. And I would be in the dark. I would still be asleep. I wouldn't know about all these things. I wouldn't be as close to God. Like, my intuition would not be as good. You know, being, you know, these empathic chosen, we deal with addiction, we deal with a lot of strife, a lot of hard times, because we have to break our cycles, and we have to, like, you know, go to the next level. We're like Neo, you know, we're the ones. We have to, like, really transcend to the next dimension. But we have all the secrets and we have everything within ourselves. We don't need anything from the outside world. And the more we go on this journey, our healing journey, the more we're going to learn about ourselves, the more we're going to learn about how these demons are working and trying to attack us, and we can try to avoid them. And if we can't avoid them, we're going to try to minimize the effects of them, and we're going to try to keep them to a minimum. Not that we will never fall, not that we will never succumb to these spirits of lust, these spirits of alcoholism, this spirit of addiction, gambling, all these things, because this is the world we live in, the world full of distractions. But we know that we always bounce back, we always come back stronger. We try and learn from our lesson. We improve ourselves, and we just know, you know, we just understand that the D's working against us. You know, you're doing so good, you're having these long streaks of behaving well, you don't hear from nobody. The moment you fall off the path, your fake two-faced family members are in touch, because they're gang stalking you, so they know watching your every move, so they know when you're maybe one day you don't go gym, when you go gym 7 days, you might miss 1 week out of a month, and then they'll be on your doorstep. So take this video as a video of encouragement to stay on your path, keep going. You can always start from zero. If you fail, if you mess up, if you're ensnared by a narcissist, if you know, fall into hard times and you're back in your old patterns, know that you can always bounce back, always. Like, you can start from zero, homeless, on the street, whatever it may be, you will get another chance. Most High looks after us, protects us and your ancestors. Divine protection. You know, you just put that crown back on your head, you're gonna be fine. Keep going. Peace and love, one.